Hi, my name's Jonathan. Welcome to Tyne Valley Motorhomes. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of your new motorhome. So the first thing we want to do is just ensure that this, which is your freshwater tap, so that's how we drain the vehicle, is in the upright position. If we turn it, you can hear it just starting to trickle there, then it means the water will just all come out. So secondly, waste. Again, make sure this, again, is in the upright position. Again, because what we don't want to do is when the water's coming out is to drain from here. So the waste is where we're going to, all the grey water, so all the dirty water is going to go to. So it'll just come out here, so pull over a drain and just drain the vehicle. Finally, just before you also want to start filling the vehicle, you've got to ensure that this little toggle, this is for your drain for your boiler. The boiler's located in the garage. You can also get through from the flap just inside, which gives you access. Make sure that is down flat. During the winter, we want to pull that up so it's at 90 degrees vertical. That will drain the water. Again, we want to do exactly the same with your fresh water and your waste. Open up those and drain all of the water out of all of the tanks. Now that we know that that's at the flat, so 0, we can now start to fill the vehicle up with water. So, to fill it with water, what we need to do is first unlock the fresh water with your key, pull that up, again, just insert the hose pipe into there, which is nicely held in place, and then turn the water on. Fill that up until obviously 100%. The way in which we can tell how much water's in is we can go up to the control panel, which I'll get to in a moment, and then watch that. It'll incrementally go up from 0, 25, 50, 75, and then to 100. Next thing we want to do is go to the gas locker. So on here, we've connected our gas bottle up. So put the bottle on, again, turn it towards you to tighten, and away to loosen. So once the gas is on, obviously nip that up with a spanner, turn the bottle on. You've got 2 safety precautions. You've got to press the first one, hold it for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. That'll allow gas through to the regulator, and then press the little yellow toggle, 1, 2, 3. That then allows gas into the vehicle. These are crash protectors. So again, if you can drive with your gas on, and what happens if you have an accident, it'll seal there and seal there, which will then stop gas from going into the vehicle. Just as well on the outside of the vehicle, I'm going to point out the external gas barbecue point. So on here, you've got your little valve that'll go onto your pipe. So with a Jubilee clip, and then insert it in. Again, it's just a bayonet fixing. Once it's plugged in, gas barbecue is on. Just simply turn this red toggle around so it's pointing down, and that will turn on the gas supply. So to use the awning, grab your awning winding handle. Again, the pole can extend or shorten, so just extend it a little bit, pop it in. So what you'll see, you've got a little bayonet fitting that just slots in to the awning, and then all we do is wind it out. Wind it out so that you can reach the awning. Once it comes out far enough for you to reach the awning, again, just twist the handle slightly and it will hold inside. Once you've got the awning wound out so they can reach it, grab the right hand side of the awning leg, pull it towards you, the leg will come out, rotate it round. You've got a little wind down here which again sets the height of the leg. You also have a foot on the base, make sure the foot is flat. Drop it down and then put the awning to the correct height, and then just nip that up. That there will ensure that the leg doesn't drop. And again, then just wind it out. You can wind out for 2.5 meters. Once you've wound it too far, the canvas will drop and go droopy. So just wind it in a little bit so it gains its tension, and that's set to the right depth. Now, you must be careful. You have got some pins inside the garage there to pin the leg down. If it's windy, this can lift And again, if it's very windy, this could flip over the van. So please monitor it. You can get tie-down straps which will stop it from lifting. So that would certainly be something to consider. And then once you're finished and you're going to put the awning away, okay, slacken the leg off, fold it up, make sure that the bottom foot folds to 90 degrees, parallel with the leg, pop it into there, and then push left, and that just clips in. And did you hear that clunk? That's it, nice and safe. And then we can now wind the awning back in. And when it goes in, it'll click in nice and sturdy. There we go. It's a little bit fiddly to get there. So as we step into the motorhome, first thing we want to do is go to the control panel. So we're going to turn the power on. So this top left hand button, press that. That puts power into the motorhome. So that's turning the 12 volt on. Next thing we want to do is, again, depend on if there's water in there or not. So first thing we'll do is check the levels. So telling us now that the leisure battery is 13.7. We're on mains hookup. So we're charging. Press it again. Tells us the vehicle battery is good. We've got 12.9 volts. Fresh water tank has 75% of water in. Waste has 0. Now the waste will be one float, so it will go from 0 to 100, and you won't get a warning, but you will get a bleep once that reaches full. We can select the battery. So at the moment, I'm saying that we're charging the leisure battery, but you can change that to engine battery if you wish. But if you change it to engine, you're also going to be using the power from the engine battery, so just leave it on leisure. Press it again, tell you the internal temperature and humidity. Press it again, you can then change the clock time. Tells us then just the version of the panel, and then we get back to the beginning. Next thing we're going to do, now we know there's water in there, let's turn the water pump on. The noise that you can hear is just the pump priming itself. So we now know that that's primed. So when we go to any of the taps, again, initially when you're filling it up with water, it won't be a nice smooth flow. It will spit quite a bit because it's pulling the air through. It'll draw all the air through first, and then you'll get a nice smooth powerful flow. So going back to the panel, the next button that we have is lights. So this one turns on all of your top level lights, and then again all your other lights are individually switched there and there, and then again you've got them on that side. You've also got light switches just underneath as well, which is being shown. So to turn on, now we've got your electric on. What we want to do now is put some either hot water on or heating on, depending upon the time of year, or both. So initially we press and select, we go in, the van is flashing, press enter. Obviously currently the temperature is off, so we can then select whatever temperature we want. Press select for to say that we agree with that temperature. And again, if we want the hot water, again, which is now showing us off, we can then select between eco, hot, or boost. So we select which one we want. Obviously boost just means that it's gonna, even if you've got your heating on, it's going to focus everything on the hot water just to get that to temperature as quickly as you can. Press select. Then again, now what we're going to do is select what we want to use. So you can either use electric only, that's 2 bars of electric, 1 bar of electric. Mix, which means we're going to use gas or electric. Again, mix 1 bar of electric and gas, or gas only. So you'd use a gas only if you're going to be while camping at home or something of that nature. Or again, and then again, to select whatever we want, press enter, and then on here we've also got now the fan is flashing. Press enter, and then we can then go. Obviously we haven't got any heating on at the moment, so what it will give you is it'll give you eco or high. They're the two fan settings that you can have on. And then on here you can set a timer, and again, that's to set the clock, which I will do so for you. and the spanner is just to do a reset. So if you get a fault with the boiler system, it won't work, click on the little spanner, keep rotating right till you see reset, press the button and it'll do an automatic reset, and that will clear any faults. So the water pump is now turned on, which means that we'll get hot or cold water. Again, we've done the you've already turned your hot water. The hot water will take, electric can take 20 minutes, on gas a lot quicker, but it will still take 5-10 minutes for it to become lukewarm, be very, very hot. Good 10 minutes on gas. Best way to heat it initially would be gas and electric. That's going to get you the best. So again, now the water pump is turned on, so the little tap is illuminated on the control panel. It's very good pressure. And again, good drainage as well. So our water is now functioning. Just close that back down. And then again, fridge, it's a 3-way fridge. So to turn it on, press the little power button. Everything will illuminate. We can then begin to select the source we want. So again, you've got your electric, 240 volt, gas, and then on here 12 volt. Now the 12 volt will only function when the engine is started. So without the engine started, 12 volt will not function, which will then mean it goes to an error. If this little triangle illuminates red, press and hold, that will automatically reset. And again, we set the temperature, maximum bars, coldest, and then as we decrease, which again you do just by pressing, it will heighten the temperature rather than lower. To open the fridge, there's a little toggle on top, press down, that then allows us to open. And as you can see, you've got your freezer box just in there, and then your fridge. So the oven, we have 3 gas hobs, and we also have 1 electric hot plate. The hot plate is located here. It doesn't illuminate to tell you it's on, so you must be very careful. And again, make sure you don't catch it. Underneath here, you have got a little socket where it's plugged in. So again, with kids, it might be an idea to disconnect that and unplug it, and then at least you know no accidents can happen. Gas, press in, and that will ignite the gas. Again, all 3 work individually. If this is shut down, so if this isn't properly up, these won't ignite because there's a little micro switch in there. Again, your grill and also your oven function in exactly the same way. So just from here, press, turn, ignite. And again, what we also have is you have a little light, so this illuminates the oven for you as well. Switch on the left. Toilet functions very easily. So if we lift it up, you need to put a little bit of water in first. So you'll notice that fan light is flashing. Press it just to turn it off. And then press it, put a little bit of water in first. So you go to the toilet, and then the way in which you flush it, you've got a little lever just here. Pull it towards you, and then push it back to lock. Make sure you lock it. If you don't, you're going to get all the smells from the toilet. I've already put the chemicals into the actual cassette, which is on the outside, which will show you next how to remove and how to empty. Again, what you will find is that this little fan. So in the bottom of the, underneath the cassette, you've got a little carbon cartridge. The idea of this fan is that it draws all the dirty smells out of the toilet and it breaks it all down, keeping it smelling a lot fresher for you. Now it will run for 5 minutes and then it'll cut off itself. If you want to turn it off beforehand, press it and that will stop the process. A little light at the moment, so when the tank is full, that will illuminate to let you know that it's full and it's time to empty the tank. Here, obviously, you've got a little pole there. This is designed for hanging wet clothing, wet jackets, and again, because we've turned the water pump on, all the taps everywhere all work. Window, again, it is misted for privacy, but again, what we can do, you can, if you want that open, just turn the little toggles on each arm and then lock it. You've also got a ventilation as well, so if you want to just have it on a half catch, So you must remember to shut it properly when you go to drive the vehicle, but during the day or during the evening you might want to put it onto that. You've got blinds and fly screens on all of your roof lights. So the roof light, press the little button in and pull the bar forwards. That puts into the other position. You have also got a couple of other lower positions that you can use. And then what we also have is, same as on every other window as well, you've got your blind and fly screen. So your blind comes across and also your fly screen. So this key, with the black end, this does your toilet door. It also does your habitation door. It is central locking the habitation door, but if for any reason batteries go flat, you can use this to override. So here's the extend toilet. Quite easy to pull it out. So lift the orange handle, hold the top, it slides out to empty the toilet. I'm going to empty it through here. Pull that out, and then we tip and empty. Now we'll empty it into an Nelson point. If you were at home, you'd empty it into your toilet and then flush it away. Use the green chemicals because they are more environmentally friendly. The way in which you then put the chemical in once you've emptied it is fill up this little end cap, fill it to the top. You'll see there's two markings. Fill up the top, pour it in, and then turn. You also have a handle as well, so if you've got a long way to walk, and this is on wheels, it will rotate, and that just goes back down. Then make sure it slots in properly, and then allow you to lift it, and then slot back in. Make sure that handle goes down, just to locate it. We're hooking up. You've got your 240 volt cable. 240 volt cable will lift up the end, and then slots into there. So nice and easy. You have a loss of power. Lights don't work. When you're pressing the little button up there, a couple of places to check. One is here. This is where the leisure battery is stored. You'll notice a yellow fuse sticking up there. That's a fuse for your leisure battery. Check that one. It just unclips out of the fuse holder, then just look through and you'll be able to tell whether the fuse is blown or not. Other place to actually look, the great thing about Auto Trail is that in this cupboard here, this is where our charging unit is. This is where the majority of our fuses are kept, and on here it tells us what each fuse is for. This is our solar panel regulator. We can control where we want the solar charge to go. At the moment it's set to number 2, which is the leisure battery. You can then push it to number 1, which will then send it to the engine battery. When we're plugged in on mains, this amber light will illuminate, and also the green. The green lets us know that it's charging. When we're going to store it, and we're not going to use it for a prolonged period of time, this little button here is a shutdown button. Press that button and so it'll pop out, and that means it's shut down, and that will turn all the power off. It'll stop any drains, so the reversing camera's LED backlit, that will stop causing a drain to the leisure battery. So that's the way to store it. So when you're not going to use it for a prolonged period, press this little button here. Vehicle. All we do is press the center button. That unlocks the vehicle. Again, to open the vehicle, press the top button. And then to open the back door, because this will still be locked, press the very bottom. And that opens the habitation door. To gain access to the bonnet, there's a little lever here. Pull that lever,